Hello everyone, time for a new video. I've got something spicy for you today because I will be playing Duel Commander. Ever since Duel Commander has come to Magic Online, I have a huge interest in that format. I haven't played it a whole lot yet, so that's why I'm going to try something new today because, well, you know me, I play Infect everywhere, so I have been trying to figure out what build works for Duel Commander. I think in Duel Commander, it's such an unexplored format that you can get away with a lot of things, and it's definitely not set in stone yet. So I've actually tried, first off, when I played Infect, I wanted to play an Exalted deck with a Rafik of the Many, if I remember correctly. But then, of course, when you think about Infect, I'm sure that most people have already seen this card. So we're going to be playing Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. I think this is the best thing to be trying to get to work if we really want to play Infect, because if we can deal one Infect damage or deal one poison counter, we can start proliferating. So if we can abuse that, I think it's going to be very, very powerful indeed. I'm definitely not ready with this list yet. I've played one or maybe two leagues with this, so this is very much under construction. If you have suggestions for this list, let me know. Now, usually I go over the entire deck, but I'm not going to do this here because the Commander has 100 different cards, so I'm not going to go over that. You can check out the description because there's a link to the deck list over there. But generally what I've tried to do is I've just tried to make Infect good stuff. So if I just browse over some of the cards, all the best Infect creatures are going to be here. We can play every single color that has the best Infect cards, because red doesn't have that many really good ones. So of course we have Crusaders, we have the Blood Agents, and then I've been trying to add, you can see here all the usual suspects are here, the best pump spells. I also play Green Sun Zenith to find stuff that I want. I like that as a flex slot. Then I'm playing also stuff like Berserk, of course, and protection spells, and then of course we have like these tutors that we can find up. So I'm just going to dive in, and I'm going to see how this goes. I could see us going 5-0 or 0-5. We will see how long I record this video. If I go 0-3, I may just quit. But I do think there's potential here, because I had a lot of interesting games, and I didn't feel like I was chanceless in any games that I've already played. Alright, enough said, let's dive in. Before we get started, I do want to thank MGRT. If you like buying cards on Magic Card Market and you live in Europe, check out their store. They have a huge selection, offer good prices. And of course, thank you Daybreak Games for sponsoring me with my Daybreak Games account. What are we up against? We are playing against Lazav. Now, I'm going to be reading a lot of cards because this is a commander, and I do not have a lot of experience yet in Duel Commander. So let's see what this does. It attacks, exile from a grave, investigate. When you sack a clue, you may have it become a copy of target creature card exiled with it. So I guess this is a graveyard strategy. That's something that I would be thinking if I read this. I'm going to keep hands. Honestly, am I going to keep hands pretty medium? I do have turn 2 of Radiant Corruptor. That's nice. I do have Groundswell. Maybe I should just keep. See what happens. We are on the draw. So they start with Underground Sea. I'm just going to play Halfling. I can play a Yarny turn 2. That's even better, probably. What I really love about this brew is that I can finally play all of the cards from the original Phyrexia and the new Phyrexia all will be one set. I really do like that. Playing all the good cards is really lovely, because they are usually not good enough for Modern and Legacy. So now they finally found a home. They remove my threat immediately, and they play their commander. One thing that I have been considering is maybe I should be playing more removal spells in my decks. Well, in this deck. I'm not sure. This does seem... Well, Commander costs 4, so we do need to make it there. If you see at the lands, I have literally every single fetch land in the deck here. So normally I don't have a lot of mana issues. I also play stuff like City of Brass to get the mana, but... let's see, do I want to get a Surveil land? Do I want to get one of my colors? You can see I'm also playing the Triomes to get all the colors that I need. So I have green, this one can get like black probably, then I have this, so I can Surveil. Then what I Surveil, I guess blue. Then it's also double green, I think that's the best thing to do. Let's see what's on top. A land, I don't think I want another land, let's put it into the yard. I do think I'm going to play Radiant Corruptor, just to have an Infector, and then we can also get rid of the Clue token, make him sack it immediately, which is something that I will probably do. So I'm just going to Vista. I have green, green, blue, and this can make whatever. So I'm going to get black. You can see that I'm not playing a plains as basic land because that's the thing that I use the least. Okay, Corrupt resolves, they will draw in response. They do not copy the Lightning Halfling, of course. Now, we are pretty close to killing them, because I already have Groundswell, so one more pump spell and we can kill them. I really like the explosiveness, because you can sometimes just win out of nowhere in this deck. I could also see myself playing Ayani and then just putting counters on Brilliant Corruptor. Phyresis infected, the creature has Infect. So do I want to play a Atraxa into this open mana? Probably not, that's not what I'm looking towards. Let's play City of Brass, and I will just slam in, see what happens. They usually have interaction. I mean, that's what I expect them to have at least. Bowmasters, yep, that's fine. So they will ping one, block. Do I want to save my Corruptor? Honestly, maybe not, because I have Phyresis, so I probably don't need it. That does mean that they have Bowmasters and Lazav, and I have nothing. Because if I slam down Ayani, it is 4 though. So I could plus, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it die. What makes Duel Commander especially interesting is that you can basically not play around anything because the entire deck the opponent has are all one-offs. So this is a completely different playstyle than when you're playing Legacy or Modern, because you can expect to have the opponent have certain cards, but the only card you can expect your opponent to have in Duel Commander is the Commander. Okay, so they have counter magic, sure. I mean, it's all fine. I just want to resolve Atraxa and save it. Okay, so they get rid of Rhythm Corruptor. I doubt they're going to copy that. Doesn't do anything for them. Nice, so we have lethal. Let's see if we can resolve Atraxa. If it fails, I can still just cast it again next turn. Black, green, white, blue. They force a will. That's a good sign. That means next turn it should resolve. This is why I actually, in my very, very limited experience, I've seen that a lot of people are playing blue and a lot of people are playing counter magic, so that's exactly why I'm playing Allosaurus Shepherd in the deck. I want to be able to get it if I can. So they just draw a bunch of cards from the clue tokens. Lazav draws cards really efficiently. They've gotten rid of Spell Snare. They also played a Frog. I don't have any option. I need to cast Atraxa if I want to have a small shot at this game. And if they counter here, of course, I just concede. Yep, they do counter. Let's concede. But it's clear that this is just basically black-blue control-ish. My opening hand was also pretty bad, but I didn't know what I was up against. So against this deck, it was horrible. I had a game against a control deck where I just played Rob Priest and nothing else and won from there. That's funny. Okay, so let's start. Not bad, not bad. I have an Infector, I have Cankerbloom. I also have Galadriel's Dismissal. I like this as both a protection spell and a kill spell, because what I can do with this is I can just get rid of all the creatures that my opponent has and just slam in with everything. That's why I'm playing this. Is it good enough though? We'll find out. I can protect my stuff. So let's keep. Start with a Vista. Let's see what they do. I'm not going to fetch anything up here. Corrupted 2. Okay, I guess. I think I want to start with Cankerbloom. I don't want to expose Blighted Mamba until I can regenerate it. Or protect it if I have like a protection spell. But I'm thinking 100 cards, so not that many protection spells that you can play, because you also need pump spells, etc. Plague Stinger, not bad. Do I want to play Corruptor or Plague Stinger? I think I want to play a threat that I can also protect with Galadriel's Dismissal. The thing is that, of course, I currently only have green, so this needs black, this needs white, so I have to choose what I fetch up with Prismatic Vista. I think it's better to play Blight Mamba and then protect it with Galadriel if I can. Okay, so let's chill. Cut down. So I will try and protect my Mamba. Alright, I just told you I don't have white basics. That's a mistake on my end. But that's also good to know, because that means I can rely on it. I don't really need the Mamba. It's okay if it dies. Now, of course, I will get the Plague Stinger. They attack, I think I'm just going to block. Okay, so they trade. That's fine for me. Arbor Elf, that's nice. Gonna play it. Also gonna play the Plague Stinger. I think this feels like a bad matchup to me. I mean, I'm playing Infect, so any deck that relies heavily on a lot of removal spells and counter magic is a good matchup for my opponents. So I think this is going to be difficult for me. They did counter my Plague Stinger. Get the commander back. Sure, Stoneforge Mystic is a good one. Don't have white currently, so nothing to do about that. Let's just play Corruptor now that I can get rid of the clue token. Cast Lorien. Okay. Not a lot of luck with my draws, so I'm just going to play this and this. Put a counter on the Lazav. Slam it with my Infector. Curious to see if they're going to block. They will block. That makes sense because, I mean, I can kill them in one swing, so I'm okay with that exchange. Drawing Vines is really nice too. One Berserk away from killing them. If I find white to get rid of the blocker with Galadriel's Dismissal, of course. You know what? One of the things is that I love most about Duel Commander is not having to sideboard. Don't think about that. Put the things that you want to have in your deck. I like that. It's why I also like playing Lorcana. Not having access to a sideboard makes for a very different gameplay because you have to take into account that what are you going to do once you go to game 2 or game 3. Okay, so they just have a big bad boy. It's not very threatening. I could play this, give my creatures trample and infect, but it doesn't really do anything for me. So, do I want to attack? Because I can Vines and kill this, but if they then just in response to the removal spell, I'm going to feel awful. So I don't think I'm going to do anything here. I'm just going to chill. I need to draw my lands. Playing 40 lands in this list, just to put that out there. So we should have everything that we need. I'm also playing 4 or 5 mana dorks, so mana should not be an issue. It happens. It's magic. Hard cast. This is fine. If they wanna rely on playing big bodies, I'm not very afraid of that. I can win in one swing. Zenith. So I could either get a mana dork, so I can have white next turn, or I could also go like for playing Rock Priest, but I think that's a bit too slow, so I'm probably going to get a Mana Dork. I guess Birds of Paradise is the best one. There we go. They just attack with everything, that's fine. Play the Commander, sure. So I have next, so what I have is next turn I actually have this Dismissal, so I can get rid of everything for one turn, but they probably will have counter magic, so we will see if I'm going to be able to pull that off. We do find an island. Definitely going to play it. Okay, so I think we need to get a bit lucky here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to play Stoneforge. No, never mind, I can't do that. I need to have access to this Galadriel, so that's going to cost 3 mana. So 1, 2, 3. Then I have 3 mana up, but I can't cast Stoneforge since I don't have. I only have one way to make white mana, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attack with Viridian Corruptor, I guess. Then they have to block with the Lazav, or maybe not. Yeah, let's just see if we get lucky. That means they can't have counter magic in their hand, and they haven't played a single spell yet. So it's unlikely. I think we are locked behind our mana issues here a bit. The idea was to Stoneforge. I could get a sword that protects me from black, and that would be good. But unfortunately, that's not an option right now. Okay, so let's response cast this with the kick cost. But if I use a kicker, that it actually costs double white, right? Yeah, it costs double white. So would I have been able to do anything at all? Probably not, because I could block these. That's true. But then what's going to happen? I don't have any board wipes. Nah, this game's over. Let's concede. Not a lot of stuff that I could have done about this. Blue-black control felt like a horrible matchup for us. Yeah, that has historically always been true in both Modern and Legacy. And it hasn't changed in Commander. So let's see if we face a different deck. Another thing I've been considering is maybe playing Sultai with Leovold as a commander. I think that could be really sweet. Just dropping white. I'm not playing that many white cards in the list anyway, so I could see that. Hand's fine, but I'm lacking green mana. I do have a removal for Stinger. Sorry, I do have removal, I do have Stinger, I can play Contagion, Clasp. If I find green, which is the color I'm playing the most, we are good to go, but I think I have to mulligan here. Okay, this is a lot better. I'm gonna keep. Don't have a lot of threats, so I'm gonna get rid of this Triumph of the Hordes. Let's see what they have. Flying Ward, when it enters. Creating treasure tokens, that's what they are trying to do. Okay. Start off with a Preordain. If I am playing against another blue-based control shell, this is why I'm playing the Allosaurus Shepherd. It's just so powerful. And one of the most popular decks right now is Tamiyo, and I've played against them where I had Allosaurus Shepherd turn 1 and I just crushed them. I don't think I want to play Allosaurus Shepherd turn 1 though, for the simple reason that I want to be able to protect it with Snakeskin Veil. And if I have the Shepherd, there's no way the Shepherd is going to die the same turn, because they can't counter the Snakeskin Veil that I play in response, so I like that. Looks like another blue-black based deck. Demonic Tutor. Okay. Nothing I can do about that. Let's play the Yavimaya. Shepherd. Really hoping now that they try and remove the Shepherd. They do. Let's see if my Snakeskin works. They could in response have another removal spell. Counter Magic won't work, so they need another removal spell. Yep, that does it. Nice. So I think their hand is filled with Counter Magic. Exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, we already have Invigorate. That's good. Do I want to Gem Raise Allosaurus Shepherd? Don't hate that. It's uncounterable too. That does mean that Shepherd is a 5/5. I guess if they had a removal spell, they would have used it, right? But then again, if I use Gem Raiser now, that means I can't crop rotate for Inkmoth Nexus next turn, or at the end of their turn, which is also something that I like doing. Because if I go for regular damage, this would just be me going for beatdown. I don't think that's what I want to be doing. So I'm actually just going to play, I guess, an island and pass. I don't want to run into like a random Bowmasters or stuff like that. Another thing that I'm thinking of looking towards is how to have more stuff that finds instants or sorceries. Because if I had Spellseeker now, I could get Berserk and I have Lethal in hand. I think that's really good. They played a Shorika. I love this because that's an artifact, so I can Gem Raise it. So I guess sure. Do I want to crop rotate? I guess I do. Let's just get rid of the island here. My stuff being uncounterable is so powerful, so I'm just going to get Inkmoth Nexus because who knows, maybe I find Berserk and then I just kill them. Demonic Tutor. That does find me Berserk, but that means I have 1 mana. I still need 1 mana to make that work, so maybe I should just get Berserk now. I should probably just get rid of this artifact first though, right? If I draw a land next turn, I can Demonic Tutor and just kill them out of nowhere. If I play like this, that means I can Surveil with the Bloodstained Mire. Allosaurus Shepherd feeling really good here. On top of this, I also have a 5/5 now. It's a 4/4 and the +1 counter stays on, so... I think I said 6 last time because that's because I was confused. Allosaurus Shepherd was a 2/2. Downside of Gem Raiser is if you search it up with Green Sun Zenith, it actually doesn't work. You need to cast it for the mutate cost in order to destroy an artifact or an enchantment, unfortunately. But we do have Red Incorruptor, so if they remove Gem Raiser here, that's fine because Allosaurus Shepherd will return. Or maybe it's if they kill it, then Gem Raiser. I don't know. I don't remember. We'll find out. Mortuary. Let's see what's on top. A land. That's what we want. Put on top. Now, this changes things because, of course, they have open mana. So I think what we are going to do is... I could just slam it with Gem Raiser, honestly. I could also find protection spells with Demonic Tutor. I'm going to slam in first and see what they do. I could also play Atraxa and put counters on Gem Raiser. A lot of options here. A lot of options. Sauron's Ransom. Okay, so I know their hand. This is pretty much all garbage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show them the Cling to Dust. And then I'm going to take this. I could also put the planes in there. So I want them to take this, because this one doesn't do anything, and Reprieve also doesn't do anything. And if they take a land and Cling to Dust, I'm okay with that. So I think this is the best way for me to put it. Okay, so we baited them out. They took the cards that we wanted them to have. That's nice. Not going to do anything here. I'm going to say okay. And now I think we are coming to the point where I can just kill them next turn. This also has Trample. I also have Invigorate. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to Demonic Tutor. And I will fetch up, or I will find the Legolas's Quick Reflexes, because that means they are just dead. I could also get like Vines or stuff like that. The only thing I'm afraid of now is removal. That's basically it. If they put this back into the hand, fine, because I can just recast it. That's what I was hoping towards. So I guess Legolas is probably my best draw, probably my best pickup. They counter. Oh, right, yeah, that works. It's not green, but I don't need it, so this is okay. I'm gonna say nope. I'm so used to playing our Sword Shepherd in decks that almost only play green cards, and this only stops green spells from being counterable. And that is something to note. So we know about the card that they have in hand. It's the one that says that you can put something back. Centaur Garden. Okay, not bad. Let's just play it. So now what I can do is, if I have 7 cards in the yard, I can sack this. I'm close. I want to be able to hardcast Invigorate though. I think I'm just going to slam in. I can kill them because I can use Invigorate for the alternative cost and then cast Bastion, and that's exactly 7. Exactly 10, because they're going to gain 3 life from the Invigorate. No blocks. I guess we should try and do that, really. Let's see. They can't counter this. This is green. So they gain 3 life. This will become 9/9, putting them to 1. Then I can Proliferate because there's a counter on it to deal exactly 10. That's the idea. Combat math. Okay, let's see if it works. This would be pretty cool, not gonna lie. Okay, Proliferation works, so we're gonna deal exactly 10. Do they have removal? They don't have removal. They're gonna Cling to Dust, gaining some life. That's oh no, they're not gaining life. Wait, why not? Exile 5 other cards. Graveyard. Were there no creatures in here? 0 creatures. Okay, so they just drew, hoping to find a removal spell. Nice! That was a sweet line we found. Let's go to the next game. I'm not sure how popular graveyard strategies are, but if they are very popular in Command, I should probably put an Endurance in here somewhere. So hand's pretty good, but I'm lacking black mana, but I think this is too good to mulligan. I have a lot of threats here and also have protection, so I'm gonna keep... I'm also playing a bunch of mana dorks in this deck too, so... Luckily Mir is colorless, so we can always play it. Corruptor, not the best draw. I wonder, should I put like a Veiler Summer in this list? That's probably not going to be great, right? What do you guys think? Definitely not going to walk straight into open mana. I want to have access to Snakeskin Veil when I play a threat. Okay, we have the Triumph. That's nice. That's a swamp that we needed. On top of this, it's also an island. So I have all the colors I need. That's nice. So starting next turn, I will present threat after threat after threat. That is the idea. Maybe I should also put some counter magic in here, like random spell pit plus the storm. I don't know. You tell me. We can work together on this list. Would be interesting. Keep your comments coming in chat. Just in the comments. Wow. I'm still used to streaming, so I very often still say chat, even though I no longer stream, or very rarely. I do miss it. Okay. I guess play Temple Garden. What I want to start with, I guess Plague Stinger. Or maybe the Mir is worse. They don't play a lot of threats, so I'm assuming this will get counted. I'm going to assume that most of the things I play are going to get counted. If they didn't count it and want to fight over removal spells, that's fine, because I do have Snakeskin Veil, so that would be good. Just resolves, okay. Fine. They are drawing with a cycling ability. That's a good sign. Now that I know they don't have counter magic, I will fire off Phyrexian Crusader next turn if I can. I only have one black currently, so... We have the Oust, I'm going to Snakeskin Veil, and I'm actually fine with them now using counter magic on the Snakeskin Veil. It doesn't matter, I want to have other threats. I need to be able to... See, 2 threats gone, fine by me. I have more than enough threats, so this is okay. So I guess next turn play the Plague Stinger. Elves of Deep Shadow, that's a good one. I'm gonna play this one first. I want to play Hedge Maze and Elves of Deep Shadow. Okay, so that resolves. Let's play Elves. They counter this, that's also fine. Now we do have double black next turn. Hedge Maze. Let's see what's up. Legolas, yeah, I like that. Especially since once I have Atraxa, we can get good stuff going. Deck's feeling pretty strong here now. And I'm playing against another multicolor-based removal spell deck. But the big difference here is that they are not just blue-black. They are more multicolored, so they need more time to set up, which is better for us. Puts Force Spike in the graveyard. Yeah, I should probably pop open the graveyard. Force Spike is a card that says counter target spell unless its opponent plays 1. So pretty much daze, but you have to pay 1 for it. So a bad daze. Portable Hole, getting rid of Stinger, that's fine. Get these threats out of here. I just want to be able to... Ooh, this is going to be good, because what I can do now is next turn I can play Corruptor and get rid of a Portable Hole and get back my Plague Stinger. Nice. And if they counter that, I follow it with Phyrexian Crusader. So, okay. We have a lot of good stuff here. Now I'm actually going to start with Corruptor, since I haven't seen counter magic. Let's be careful not to tap my double black lands. I love playing Commander because you get to see cards that have been gone for such a long time, like Viridian Corruptor. It was an all-star, at least it used to be in the old Infect lists, and being able to play this again makes me so happy. Okay, now that I have double Infect threats, I'm not going to play Crusader because I want to not die to a Supreme Verdict and lose everything, so I'm just going to be a bit conservative. As I said, I already have 2 threats and I want to have Legolas's Quick Reflexes. If they want to get rid of both, I probably keep Plague Stinger around, but if they have Celestial Colonnade. It does have flying, so maybe it doesn't matter. They're going to play the Commander. Looks like they are. Let's read this again. So you vote and then they get a treasure. So of course, the thing is they're always going to win because they have bribery with 2 votes, so I need to vote evidence. I'm just going to always pick what they don't pick. I do have Legolas, so if I have a pump spell, I can kill the commander with Legolas. This does have flying, right? Indeed. So I guess I'm just going to play my commander as well. And I can protect it with Legolas, so that's good. Inkmoth is not bad. I could also play Phyrexian Crusader. It does have protection from what they're going to try to do. I can do both, but I don't want to. If I'll play Atraxa, the good thing is that if I attack with it, it has Death Touch. So this means that 1 damage is enough to kill this, so that's probably better. So I think I'm going to play the Atraxa. If I had pump spells, different story, but right now, the way my hand is set up, I think it's better to play them like this. And I actually think, since I do have Proliferate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slam in with both of these. And I just want to have 1 Infect on them, or 1 poison counter on them, so I can start putting poison counters on the person, and 1 poison counter proliferating this with my commander. I've also been thinking about, because this is now still a regular Infect build, maybe I should just cut all the pump spells and go all into the Proliferate game plan, leaving the Infect creatures because they are that good, but I could see this working, I'm not sure. Okay, this is unexpected. They kill the Plague Stinger. That's interesting. I guess they want to have the least amount of -1 counters on the commander, but that means I can kill them sooner with the Proliferate action, so okay, sure. Also, good to know this ward doesn't work with the Proliferate ability. Good thing now is that I can actually Legolas and kill the commander immediately. Baleful Strix, don't care about that. They draw, let's hide these. I'm assuming they are digging for removal spells on Atraxa. This thing kills fast. There we go, so that will not happen. A bit unfortunate that I have to get rid of my Atraxa, but I mean, so be it. Really nice that they can't interact with this. I love Legolas, it's just such a good card. Because they were probably digging for both counter magic and a removal spell to have a guaranteed win here. And that's not going to work. Not going to be able to kill something alongside protecting my Legolas, but we can't complain, can we? If they attack, do I want to block? Maybe I do. Maybe I do want to kill this. I can just recast it from... maybe not. Although, then again... Like, do I really care about this? I don't... I think I'm just going to let it go. Especially since I also have Phyrexian Crusader coming up. And starting next turn, this is going to be a 3/3, so I can block it to death with my Atraxa. The fact that they attack also shows me that they want to trade this in for Atraxa, so... Okay, they vote for evidence and bribery, so what I'd vote for is going to happen. So they are fine with whatever. I think I wanted them to have a treasure token. Because they have 2 cards, so treasure tokens don't do that much right now. So I'm going to vote bribery. Okay, so they get their treasure tokens. Spellskite, that's a really good pickup. Gonna play this first. Let's see if they have removal for Atraxa. They do, that's unfortunate. So I do get 2 map tokens, whatever that is. So sack, target creature you control explores. Okay. They draw. I'm just gonna slam in with everything. Because I want to get through with Phyrexian Crusader. I think I want to be able to deal as much Infect damage as I can. Okay, so they block the flyer, so that means they will try to end the game quickly with the Celestial Colonnade, but they are going to take 2 more Infect damage, so I'm going to be able to kill them quite quickly, because if I get through with these 2, that puts them to 9. If I resolve my Atraxa and they don't have anything going on, that means they are dead. So I think Celestial Colonnade is on blocking duty. We shall see what they do with Tivit, but interesting game so far. Celestial Colonnade does have color, right? White and blue. Okay, sure. Targeting Fatal Push, of course, to get rid of Phyrexian Crusader. So if they don't have 2 removal spells, that is going to be ignored by Spellskite. That flies, so I can't do anything about it. So they vote evidence, so I'm going to vote bribery, and evidence will still happen. Mode. Creatures without flying can't attack. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we still have our commander, so it's not the end of the world, but it is silly. So I know that they have Fatal Push in hand. Let's play Atraxa. At least we can protect it since we have Spellskite. How long has it been since I have seen Moat? Quite a long time. So we will see if we get to drag out a win here. They draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a 3/3 and put a counter on them. Poison counter, of course. They will try and kill Atraxa, but that's not going to happen. Let's fetch up a... Let's see, what do we have? I think I want to have black. So let's get Underground Sea. And I also want to have blue to use this ability from Spellskite, and I don't want to pay life, so I'm going to tap the blue here, redirect to Spellskite, keeping Atraxa alive, proliferate them and the commander, and pass. Best top deck now would be Tainted Strike, I guess. Just give my commander Infect. I mean, I'm gonna block this here. If they want to kill my commander, that's fine. But I do gain life now, so I guess they just want to replay this from the command zone. My guess would be that they had something like Bowmasters or stuff like that. But I really am okay with this exchange. They're getting to the point where if we go to game 3, they have to watch their clock because they are getting close to the 5-minute range. Yeah, so they did just want to play it again. So they vote bribery, I will vote evidence. So I guess I'm just going to explore with these map tokens. I had put a stop in the upkeep, but it went past. I wanted to do this in the upkeep to see what was coming, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. Okay, let's do it again. Land. Groundswell. Do I want to put Groundswell into the graveyard? I think I do, because I don't have Infect damage right now. So yes. I just need to play this conservatively, I think. How much do I care if Atraxa dies? Honestly, I don't think a lot. I think I want to start attacking them. I have Vigilance, so I'm actually just going to slam in. If they trade here, that's really okay for me. Reasoning for this is that they need to win this game, and they also need to be able to win game 3. And they are getting close to having time issues, so we'll see if that works out for them. Of course, I should also note that I have enough mana to replay Atraxa, so that's another reason why I don't really care that it's gone. I think I need to have I need to buy myself some time until I can actually get rid of moats. And I do have outs for moat, by the way, in case you were wondering. For example, Cankerbloom. They replay the commander. I will do the same. They don't care. I'm going to give them more treasure tokens. They have more than enough mana, so I don't really care about that. Let's get a surveyor land here, see what's up. A land. No, thank you. Give me Cankerbloom so I can get rid of moat. Eldritch Evolution. This is interesting. I love little targets. I can actually get rid of Phyrexian Crusader and get Skitterix. So I quickly went to the deck. This is Skitterix. Costs 5 for flying Infect. The thing is, of course, that if I play this, I can also give it haste, but it's not big enough to deal with what they have going on. So I guess I just want to get rid of Elves of the Deep and get rid of Cankerbloom. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think I said get rid of Cankerbloom. That doesn't make any sense, of course. I need to get a Cankerbloom to kill the moat. Assuming they don't have counter magic, of course. They will draw. They will draw again. Digging for counter magic. Okay, it worked. Let's get the bloom. Destroy this. Now, Crusader can safely attack. I'm just going to yield through the turn, put into 8, and let's see if they can kill me. If they don't, I will kill them. Maybe I should also play more of these, make this into some kind of a creature-based toolbox deck, because I really love Eldritch Evolution. Maybe I should play more of those effects. I'm sure there are creatures that can bump all of your creatures when they come into play. Let's be realistic, like, Crater Behemoth is not going to be a thing in this deck, that's not realistic. But I mean, like, small creatures that can buff, stuff like that. Okay, so let's see if they found anything. They're not doing anything here, so maybe they don't have anything left. I'm going to attack with both of these. Try and get him. No Surveil lands left, so let's just take a random Triome. Stoneforge. That's not going to do anything. Just slam in. What do you have left, my friend? Do you have removal for the Phyrexian Crusader? That's pretty much the question here. Looks like they do. They destroyed that one. That's okay. Didn't care about that. It's cool that Phyrexian Crusader is just good everywhere. If I could play this in Legacy, I would, but playing 3 mana and double black is just not a thing. Bowmasters. Okay, so they're going to buy themselves some time. Good thing here is that Phyrexian Crusader has a first strike, double strike, so which means it also has first strike, so I can kill both of these. They probably just block once. Or maybe they don't realize the double strike thing. Okay, so that happens. Let's cast Atraxa. One turn away from killing them. Kyle's Guile, I have to sacrifice a creature. I'm actually going to sacrifice the Crusader because I just need to survive a turn. This is still not game over because if I do get to take another turn, I win if I still have Atraxa. I'm going to draw, sure. Put him to 9. So I think you've seen why I think that maybe playing more Proliferate-y kind of builds are good. Still playing the Infect creatures, but I think I want to make Proliferate work because I think once you have Atraxa, you can Proliferate a couple of times. That actually works better with how the Commander gameplay is put together than it works in Modern Legacy. I don't know. I'm clearly still trying stuff out, but that's what after playing this more and more. I think a full-on Proliferate build could be better than playing a regular Infect build. At least that's how it feels to me currently. We'll see, but I do like this, and this was a very cool and close game. So my opponent has 1 minute left on the clock, so I have high doubts if we are going to be able to, well, if my opponent's going to be able to kill me soon enough. We'll find out. This hand's fine. Wow, this is actually very good because I have a very aggressive start. Elves, Delighted, Halfling, what have you. Nice. So I have a lot of good stuff here. Happy with this. Kind of bummed out now that my opponent could potentially just lose because of time, because I wanted to see how this would play out. I think my hand is very good. Push, that's fine. Okay, gonna play the tower and play Halfling. Next turn have Atraxa. Nice. Nice. Uncounterable too, that's really important. I love Stonefork Invocation. It's one of those cards I used to play as a fun of. I really love that. Ponder, sure. The fact that you have a pump spell with Split Second is just hilariously good. Maybe I should play the Wandering in this deck. Maybe I should. Look towards making this as similar to my build of that I was playing in Modern. Solitude again. If they want to fight over my these creatures here, over my mana dogs, that's not going to work out for them. And we just win. So next time I was going to play Corruptor and see what happened. Right, let's go to the next one. This may be a controversial opinion, but I am perfectly fine winning because of the clock. Simply because of the fact that I think that, especially in Magic Online, you have the clock. And I think that this is an okay thing to have. I also like playing chess, and I think having the chess clock is great for the game. Fortunately, we don't have that in Magic. It could be a bit too difficult to implement because, especially if we can interact. Like chess is clearly it's your turn, it's my turn, so that's why the chess clock works. In Magic, that wouldn't work because you would be in response, pressing all the time. It's not easy to do. This hand, it's very clear why I'm keeping this hand, right? This hand's nuts, and I'm just gonna go for it every single time here. See what they do, but this is hilarious. Turn 2 kill in Commander. It's not turn 2, but if I play Atraxa here. Would be nice. So here I'm hoping that they have Lightning Bolt. They don't, so if they have Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exile, sure, but it's too good not to play and not to do this on turn 2. And now next turn, since I have Elves of Deep Shadow, I can also just play Atraxa if they get rid of the Glistener Elf. So this shows you why I think that the deck's so strong. So let's see, we have white, black, white, green, black. So I guess I should get a tropical. Then I have white, blue, black from elves. And then I can get black with verdant if I need to. It's best to get tropical here. Okay, so after last game I said maybe I should consider a Proliferate deck instead of an Infect deck. But this shows you why I like the Infect side, right? It's just the power level, and you just go for it every single time in Commander, as I said before, because people can't play around this. And they also need to have exactly, out of 100 cards, Swords to Plowshares or Fiddler Push or stuff like that. Chances of that are low, very low. So I think a combination of both is still going to be what I end up with, but I mean, the deck's fine. It has been feeling really good. And this is one of the more played commanders, SLimefoor, so it looks like they're tapping out, so we win. Easy. Morlock. Okay, not yet. They do have Morlock and they kill my threat. It's fine though. Okay, so I get black with Verdant, so I'm not going to do anything now. So play this. Tower, don't want that. And you can see why I want a combination of Proliferate and Infect, because I will be able to deal this one. I also have Rot Priest, so if I just have the Rot Priest, we win, because they need to get rid of it. Question now is, do they have counter magic to stop me from resolving my commander? Dryad. They could also have removal for my commander, but again, I have to go for it. So there we go. Let's pass to the turn. And even if they have removal now for Atraxa, I still have 2 more turns and they're dead. So I mean, their hand was really good though. As long as I get to play my commander and get to make it to my end step once, we win. That's also what's really cool about poison counters. There's not much you can do about it. No one's going to get rid of poison counters in the deck. I mean, Infect's not a thing in Duel Commander. Yet. And the deck already has ways to proliferate. Like, if I draw crop rotation, I also win, because I have Khan. Let's get Mortuary out here. Might Evokes. I don't want that. Pretty bad draws. My opening hand was good, though. Not excellent, because it was basically Elf and 2 pump spells. That's it, and I think... Have I played anything else apart from that but lands? No, so I've only found lands. But we'll see if we get them. I think they should draw with Minsk and Boo. Snuff out, sure. Could have also drawn Trample stuff like Overprotect or Rancor and kill them through the Morlock, sorry. Okay, so let's see if they found removal. That's basically it. If they built my face, that's also possible. They did find removal. Let's see what we would have drawn. Another land. Wow, okay. So opening hand had... We tried to win the game with 3 cards, and we were close, but their hand lined up very well. So that's unfortunate, but nothing you can do about it. I'm going to keep. This hand is pretty good. I'm going to keep. What I love is playing Norn's Decree and Phyresis Outbreak. Those are cards I've been loving for such a long time now, and I've been thinking about finding room for them in Legacy, but that's what I mean, right? Legacy is so powerful, the deck has gotten so many upgrades that it's difficult to actually squeeze in a new card. This is really good, though. I love that. Maybe I should just give it a go in one of my next streams. If they get rid of the bird, then we're in trouble, though. Maybe I should play more Mana Dorks in this deck. It's clear that mana has been a bit of an issue. It feels like every single time I'm playing against a black deck, they always have Fatal Push. They realize that you can only play 1 of each cards in the decks, because it doesn't feel like they have it that way. I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 draws. See if I find lands. If I don't find lands, this is not a game, so I'm going to concede. Again, 40 lands in this list, should note. What's Long Goodbye? Can't be counted, that's cool. I like that. Take whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. I just need lands. Probably want to play the Norn. Okay, 1 more draw, and then I just quit. No land, I'm just going to concede. Let's see what we would have found. Where are the lands? No, too far gone. That's fine. Well, we are playing against Tamiyo, so that's a nice test. I'm going to start here. I do have Ever Since Pilgrim, which is nice. So I'm going to get Bayou, because that means I have black, green, and white. I can get blue with the Bring the Ending. Okay, let's just pass. Definitely need more removal. That's something that I do need to put in more removal spells. I'm not sure. Yeah. I had a cool game last time where I had pump spells, but I still think that feels to me like going more control-y and using Proliferate to win the game is better in the long term, because commander decks, you can't rely on the opening hands, really. And if you draw pump spells late, they're so bad. So I think it's better to actually work this towards a more of a proliferate kind of build, because the games that I won were usually in that sense. And if I take more abuse of this proliferate, or work more with counters or stuff like that, it feels like that would work better. And if I can then play like Toxic Threats or stuff like that, still gonna play stuff like Phyrexian Crusader because the card's powerful enough on its own. But I don't know. We'll see what I end up with. But that's how it feels to me currently. I don't think I want to try and resolve my commander into Tamiyo anytime soon. I want to have Bring the Ending. So let's get the blue that I was talking about. Get Hedge Maze. Surveil here. Land. Not what I want. Spell Seeker. Not bad. I'm going to play the tower and pass. Ice Fangs. That's something that I care about. Probably not, because I can just get rid of it with Phyresis Outbreak. Let's just let it resolve. True Name, that's not gonna resolve. Scale Up. See, this is what I mean. The combination of playing so few amount of Infect creatures and pump spells feels awkward, and if I make a Proliferate kind of build, that just always works, you know. It worked well together with Planeswalkers, can play a bit more of those. Works well with the toxic creatures that always work well. Yeah, maybe. There's something going on in my head. That's what I'm trying to say. I do think what I want to do now is play the Spell Seeker and get removal for Tamiyo and just get rid of it straight away. Wait a minute. I could also get Berserk. I do need to reveal, which is something that I have to take into account. I don't even have any removal spells. I thought I had left one Swords to Plowshares in here because I wanted to cast that, but I don't. So I'm gonna get Tainted Strike, I guess. It makes my creature gain Infect, which is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna put it into the hand. Probably still gonna play, if I make a Proliferate deck, I'm still gonna play Tainted Strike. Okay, Tamiyo's gonna flip. Play the Spell Bomb, sure. Crusader. Do I want to try and resolve my commander now? I think I want to try and... I'm going to try and kill their creatures. If they counter this, that's really okay. Okay, so they have a poison counter now. I'm just going to slam in. To me, a Costing 1 is just such a good card. This is actually the deck that I played first when I was starting Duel Commander Tamiyo, because it feels very Legacy-esque. I really do like the deck, but I think my build currently is not well set up to deal with this. I'm pretty close to conceding, I think. Look at this. They're going to draw so many cards. They just slam in, sure. Let's see what's on top. Phyresis, giving my creature Infect. I already have Tainted Strike, so... I really want to have a protection spell. Groundswell. Okay. Let's play Crusader. Not that good against them, since they don't rely on white nor red removal spells. No blocks here. One more draw step, because I'm just going to die to this construct. Jace. I'm just going to concede. This game is over. I just got obliterated. I'm not going to lie. Feels to me like if I want to do this, I should cut white. I should just play Sultai, and I should, if I want to have an all-in Infect build, I should probably just focus on going all in on that. And I think I want to have Leovold as a commander. It feels to me like if I want to play Atraxa, that has to be a dedicated Proliferate build. So that's probably what I'm going to do for my next brew. So I have every color except white, so let's get... Alright, I can't get white. Then I need black. That was a bad fetch. I should have kept this. I should have just played Arbor Elf with Waterlogged Grove. It wouldn't have mattered because I still wouldn't have been able to cast Norn's Decree next turn, so this is actually fine. I think I'm just going to play Praetor Corruptor next turn. Have a threat. Once it's on the board, it's much more difficult for them to deal with. If they don't play the commander, it's very clear they have something, so then I'm just going to do nothing. Because then they just keep open mana to counter something. Really hoping to draw white mana now. But that does not produce white mana. What I could do is I could just play a threat now, and next turn Eldritch Evil. So if I play Radiant Corruptor, what I can do is I can actually just next turn Eldritch Evolution. And then just go for Skittrix. Skitterix turn 2 seems good. Especially since I can also give it haste. I'm just gonna slam in first. They attacked and did nothing else. I don't want to walk into counter magic if I don't have to. Okay, deal 2. Play the mortuary now. Halfling does give me white, but I think I have more than enough mana already. Very mastermind. Okay, I'm not going to be drawing any cards. With an all's agree, maybe. Okay, Tamiyo flips. This is why you need removal, for sure. So my Proliferate build is probably going to be what I'm going to start working on after this video is finished, because my head is spinning around. Okay, let's see if we can actually resolve this Norn. I'm baiting out counter magic to be able to play my my Skitterix or get it with Eldritch Evolution. Okay, they do counter it. I only pay 2. Do I want to attack with Corrupted though? No, probably not. Let's just chill. Feels like I think I want to have a combination where I can still play some Infect creatures, but very, very little more, very few. And if I have a situation where I can make a lot of counters work or put +1/+1 counters on everything, that also works with Proliferate and playing a bit more slower game. Because right now I have a lot of cards that don't work very well together, or since I'm only playing, well, I'm playing 100 cards, it's too difficult to actually use. That's how it's been feeling to me currently. I'm just thinking out loud here, but that's how it feels to me currently. Okay, let's see if we can actually get this Eldritch Evolution resolved. Probably not. And if it doesn't resolve, I'm just going to concede. I think with them having Plume Token and Tamiyos, it's not. And next turn, they have this. They can just hide behind the ultimate here. I think I have to get lucky now or just lose and accept that. They do have counter magic. I'm just going to concede, and I'm also going to conclude the league here. I'm not going to finish this up because in the league I've been talking way too much about what I would do as changes, and I want to do that first before I actually continue the video. Okay, let's finish up. So in summary, Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. What do I think? It has potential. I don't think that the game plan of Atraxa works well together with Infect. We really haven't seen it happen all too much. So what I think I'm going to do first is probably cut a lot of these things and just go for a dedicated build that's more dependent on the Proliferate, play more removal spells, play a bit more slower game, cut like some of these cards that are very dependent on others like Glistener Elf, and I'm going to keep some Infect creatures, but really dedicated targeted ones like Phyrexian Crusader, for instance, or just play a bit stronger ones. I can also see myself playing the Viridian Corruptor, so I'm heavily going to focus on those and playing stronger Infect creatures and playing some toxic creatures. I think that's a lot better than what this was doing. I'm gonna try and go back to the first Infect build that I had that felt more powerful. I'm just gonna show it to you. That's a build that had Rafik of the Many. I did like that. That's actually why I went to Atraxa. This was more powerful. I should probably record a video with that too. Because the ability of Rafik works much better together with the Infect game plan, and I did like that a lot better. So yeah, a lot of things to try out. I do like Duel Commander, especially not having to sideboard. You really have to think about what you put into the 100 cards. Is really lovely. So yeah, that was it. I'm very curious to hear about you about this video. Let me know, because I'm curious if you like Duel Commander, how you feel. If you want to have ideas about the list, let me know. And I hope to see you for a next video soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.